Welcome, everybody. Good evening, my dear friends. Welcome to day number 19 of 66 days of data. And before we start into today's live stream, let's quickly have a look what we're going to learn today. So today we are going to talk about text. We're going to talk about string manipulation and text adjustation, if you want, text manipulation in KNIME. So let me just quickly switch over to the screen. Let me just share my screen here with you. So that we can basically see what we are going to do today. So what you see here is our trusted page, data exploration in hashtag 66 days of data with KNIME. You can find the link to that in the description. Plus, I also show you where we are. We already covered import data, descriptive statistics, and histogram, which is the stuff we closed up yesterday. But today, we are talking and entering a new section here, date standardization. So let's have a look at the overall text that we can see here. The task of this part is date standardization. Let's fix the release date field out of our Spotify dataset. Some dates have format year, month, date, a year, month, date. Some just report the year or the year, month of the track release. Let's standardize this field, and we want to build a meta node that adds 0101 where month and or day are missing according to the format year, month, day. But before we do that, I have a little announcement to make. I have a very nice present for you, so make sure you wait until the end. Okay, so today's task, day number 19, investigate the string manipulation node and its functions, especially length, replace, and join. All right, so let's just head over to KNIME. I have prepared something for you, and I will share this very workflow on my public space on the KNIME Hub, which we talked about yesterday, and so that you can basically download it and play around with it yourself. All right, so I have created a very, very basic table with two text columns. One is lorem ipsum, a dummy text, and the other one is just random dummy text that I have created. All right, so let's have a look at the string manipulation. We enter the node repository and say string manipulation. And you can see here it's in the manipulation column, convert and replace subcategories. So we double click it to connect it to this node. And the things we might want to have a look at, let's just enter this here, were length, join, and replace. All right. So let's see what we can do. Let's just have a look at text of column A. And maybe we want to find out how long the text in column A is, right? So how many characters do we have in there? Let's just have a look for length. And the logic here, and that's where KNIME really shines, the logic is that you double click this one here, this little function here, length, which has the str in brackets. Str here stands for string, which is a developer's way of saying we're working with text. And within these columns, you see the cursor is blinking. And what we can do here is we just double click from the available column list, text A, and now this clicked formula, you don't have to write it out yourself. Basically, what does it do? Text A number of chars, which stands for characters. So it creates a new column with the number of the characters for each cell in column A. And what I really love about KNIME is that it has this built-in help function here, right? If you want to know how length works, you just look into the description and it explains it to you. All right, so let's just say, okay, this one, and we execute. And now we see, okay, text A has 57 characters, text B, the second row has 34, and so forth and so on. All right, so let's say determine length of text A call. And as always, I usually bold this text, so I know that's referring to a column here. All right, so I would say we did the length part. So let's just put an X behind it. The next thing we probably want to do is we might do another string manipulation, and this time we're going to join some text together, right? So this is all a preparation for the tasks later throughout this week. So what are we going to join together? Well, I would first have a look at join, and you can see, okay, this is, if you join A, B, C, this is how it works, and we can join multiple strings together. If you remember, the first column that we had was Latin, the second one is English. So let's just do the join for the Latin one, for the first column. So we say join, and then we say, okay, Latin, and then we add just the text of column A, and maybe we add another space here. Let's call this language classification. All right. Okay, so if we execute this one, we'll see Latin in front of Latin space in front of each and every single cell. We also could, for example, do one other thing. We could, for example, overwrite text A. Not sure if we want to do it. Let's give it a try. Execute. All right, now we have still the previous node here with the length of text A. And now we have the string manipulation with Latin. One thing to remember here, now each of these cells is 6 characters longer, but as the length happens before the next string manipulation, the counting happens before the 6 additional, or the, wait a minute, it's not 6, I guess it's 8 additional characters are added here. So keep this in mind if you do stuff like this. It might be a little bit misleading. So hence, we probably go back here and say text language and append it again. All right, so we just say execute, and now it's back to its original. We have now we now have this additional column here. All right, so let's just execute it again, and now it reads text language of column A. Add Latin for each cell in column 1. Just do it like this, bold, italics. All right, so now we know we add this stuff. Okay, so we worked with the join, and that will become very important for all the cells when we, over the next few days, look at the cells that do not have a correct date. Because how can we determine if they only have a year? Well, probably if the length is 4. Only 4 numbers, right? Because date that goes year dash month dash day would have 4 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2, right? So that would be 10 characters. So everything that is less than 10 might have that additional 0101, just as in the description. And finally, let's have a look at replace. We just add another string manipulation, select the last node, double click this one. And then we just go for text B maybe, and we're going to look for replace. Where do we have it? All right, so here's the logic, right? Replace. First comes the string that we want to manipulate. Second comes the term within that string we're searching for. And third is with what we want to replace it. All right, so let's double click this and click our column, our formula, if you want, together. So we want to work on text number B. Somewhere in there were 2 question marks, which we want to replace by 1 exclamation mark. All right. And we might want to have a new column, and that is text be adjusted. Right. So let's have a look here in the node monitor. You see we have here in the second column, the third row, and even more text with question marks. This should be replaced with 2 exclamation marks. So replace, oops, no, like this, with in text B. Control bold. Bold italics, we know that these are then things we enter. All right, that's just my way of doing this. If we now execute it, you can see that in text B, it has been replaced with 1 exclamation mark. Oh, did I say 1 exclamation mark? I guess I wanted 2. So let's do it again. And here we are, 2 exclamation mark instead of 2 question marks. You can see it here, 2 exclamation marks, and here we have 2 question marks. So this is how you work with length and join and replace. So we have been working with the string manipulation, and I promised you I have a little bit of a surprise for you. If you leave a comment below this video, no matter where you're watching this, if you're watching this on LinkedIn or on YouTube, if you leave a comment, I will reach out to you and make sure that you get a voucher for this nice stuff here. So let me just show you, because KNIME has produced some great ebooks, and I can provide you with a voucher for some of the real cool books. Some of them are free, but some of them you have to pay. So if you don't want to pay, if you're in for a good discount voucher, getting these books for free, just leave a comment in the video down below. Maybe also share it in your networks, or share it with others on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and then just make sure you leave a comment with something like yes or #book or something like this, and I make sure that I will get the voucher to get these books for free over to you. All right, so that was my little gift to you. Tomorrow we are going to look at a very interesting topic of row filtering and row splitting. So make sure you are subscribed to this channel. Make sure you leave a comment if you want to have that good free stuff you usually have to pay for. And I see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Looking forward to you tomorrow to 66 days of data with KNIME. Take care and bye-bye.